How to set up your Mac for maximum productivity. To maximize productivity, the first thing you need to do is clean up. And by that, I mean clean up your desktop. So here you can see I have multiple things and they are very random. In fact, I've made some folders called random just to show you guys. So how do you do it? For that, you can use two fingers, click on the touchpad or right click on your mouse and you can say clean up. So it will clean up, it will rearrange the icon. That is one thing. Secondly, you can go to use stacks. So let's do that as well. And here you can see it has rearranged itself. And you can also go and say group stacks by last opened. So whatever works for you. So date added, date modified, you can do whatever you need. Here you can see we also have a today screen recording because that is when it was recorded. It's not the name of the file, so that can be confusing sometimes. So I would say let's just do it by kind and it will keep the original names. Another thing you can do is just folder everything that you need. So if you think all these folders or files can go into one file and that would work for you, let's do that. And here you can see it immensely cleans it up. Secondly, you want to make sure you have a good wallpaper. If this wallpaper works for you, this is the normal Apple wallpaper. This is not the one that comes by default. I've changed it. But for that, you can go to the Apple logo, go to system settings, and here you can see, let's scroll down on the left and go to wallpaper. And here you can see any soothing wallpaper is actually going to calm you down and help you be more productive. So let's say I think New York as night is helpful to me. So I've selected it. It's going to download it for me and then it's going to set it. And here you can see this wallpaper works for me. So it's a bit calming, a bit more soothing to the eyes, and it's going to help me be more productive. Then you also want to boost performance because no one likes a slow computer. So let's boost performance. For that, you want to clear out cache. And to do this, we are going to go to Finder. And once we are in Finder, we want to select Go. And once you click on Go, you can go to folder over here. That's an option. You want to type in the wave, the /library/caches. So here you can see in my user, there is actually a library and a folder called caches. Let's click on that. And here you can see this is all cache. So cache is something that applications will create so that they can work faster. So let's just say, for example, Netflix is going to store some data so that it doesn't have to continually download that data every time you open that app. But this also eats into your space and ultimately slows down your computer. To do that, click on Command plus A. We have selected all. And then we are going to delete it. Even to delete it, we can just press Command plus delete, or to permanently delete it, click Option, Command and delete. So it won't even go to your trash bin. Let's do that and it's going to delete everything. So here you can see even though the files seem low in number, it is still about thousands. Another thing is you want to optimize your startup programs. Startup programs are the applications that immediately turn on when you start your computer. So that will ultimately slow down your computer. But to select the programs, go to Systems. Once you're in Systems, in general, you want to scroll down until you see login items and extensions. Click on that. And here you can see open at login. I have nothing. But if I want, I can just click on an app. Let's just say I want calendar to open every time I start up my Mac. So here we have an application. Let's just say I have multiple applications. Even mail is going to open up when I start up my Mac. So basically what this is going to do is slow down my computer. If I really don't need it, I just can turn it off. To do that also, we follow a similar process. So let's just click on calendar, hit minus, let's just hit mail, minus. And here you also have option to allow in background. So if you want the weather app, for example, to run in background, which I really don't want, I don't look at the weather on my computer, I can just go to my phone for that. So I have turned it on. So it is going to eat less of my RAM and it's going to let my computer function smoothly. You also want to go to activity monitor. So I have activity monitor right here, but I can also go to launchpad and other and go to activity monitor or just use spotlight search. So in this case, you can see in memory. So here you can see I have opened up my browser. I have a lot of things that are being used by my browser. So first of all, it is memory. It is also going to use CPU. So if I click on CPU, here you can see browser is one of the things that has been using the CPU as well as the memory. So you want to come to activity monitor, you want to detect which programs are actually slowing down your computer, and if you don't really need them to work in the background or in the foreground, or even in this case, let's just say ChatGPT is eating away about 109 megabytes of my storage or my memory. I'll just select it, hit stop over here, and I will force quit it. So here you can see ChatGPT has gone away. So it is not going to run in the background or even leave its threads working, so that your RAM is not being occupied. So here you can see I have opened up my browser. So what annoys some people is having to go hit the red button and then exiting the apps. But you can also hit Command and Q and it will by default just quit the app. You don't have to go through the process of actually manually closing the application, or even go to the dock, hit with your two fingers, tap on the touchpad, and then hit quit. You don't have to do any of that. You also want to optimize your dock. So here you can see I have a few apps that I don't really need. So let's just say I want to quit activity monitor. For now I don't need it. I don't want it in the dock, so I will remove it from the dock. Similarly, I don't even need shortcuts. I'll remove it from dock, weather, remove from dock. So here you can see immediately my dock has also become a bit more cleaner. Then you also want to understand how Finder works, or optimize Finder for your usage. Let's go to Finder for that. So here you can see on the sidebar I have multiple things. These tags by default will be there. In location I have my MacBook because I want to access my hard disk very quickly, and I also have network here. So with my network, if I want to connect to a server, that is going to help me out with that. But how do you customize this? For that, just click on Finder over here, go to settings, and here you can see we have multiple things come up. But now you want to go to sidebar and select all the things that are important to you and uncheck all the things that are just being a clutter. For example, recent tags, I don't really need them. I've just taken them out. Here you can see immediately on the Finder sidebar, they have disappeared. Let's just say I don't want the MacBook Air either. Let's uncheck that. And here you can see it has disappeared on the sidebar. Similarly, you can do that with all. So let's say I want music over here. Music has come up, but I don't want it. I want all my things back. So in this way, you can just optimize your sidebar. So if I want tags, so tags are also important. So I have all these colors over here. So for example, I have tagged a folder red, and to tag a folder, you just have to right click or use your two fingers and you can just tag them over here. So here you can see I have a file and a folder in red. If I go to yellow, I have those. If I go to orange, I have a file over here as well. Then you also want to optimize the way you search in Spotlight. So if in Spotlight I am to search something just PDF, I can instead just type in kind:PDF. And here you can see a PDF has come up, and in fact all the PDFs on my computer in this profile are going to pop up. So if I just press MP, so here all the videos that I have on my computer have also come up. I can type in MP4. I don't have anything right now. I can go to HTML. I don't have anything. So you want to just use the Spotlight in an optimized way. For example, if you want to just go to the folders or files that were edited today, you can type in date today, and here you can see all the things that I have done today have popped up over here. So that is how you can use Spotlight to optimize for your productivity. Then you also want to use some apps like, so for example, I just use Apple Notes. It is very useful for me. I can just go to notes. I have all the iCloud material over here, and that is very helpful for me. But that is how you can do it as well. You can use Evernote, Notion. I just prefer Apple Notes. You also want to know how to multitask. Multitasking is going to help you in a big way because it will just help you switch through the apps and it will make your life much more easier. So let's say I have Brave over here and Safari over here. So I can just make this full screen. I can make this full screen as well. And I can just go through these two apps very easily. With my three fingers, I can just swipe across my touchpad and I can swipe between these apps, which is again very helpful. So if I keep minimizing my Brave window, for example, and I have to go to the dock and open it all the time, that is not necessary. Or you also want to know how to use your split screen. So I can just drag and drop it over here, and if you just hold it against the edge, it is going to come up. So here you can see you can use split screen like so. You can just hover over the green button and all these options are going to come up for you. You can do that as well. If not, you can just move around. So you have multiple layouts over here. You can use any which one that you prefer. So I can just go here, make it at the bottom, and here you can see I have two applications running, one on top of the other. Make sure you hover, otherwise it is going to actually just full screen. Then you also want to know keyboard shortcuts for frequently used actions. So for example, command plus space is going to bring up Spotlight. So I can type in Brave, I can type in YouTube. It will actually suggest a link for it. So you can use Spotlight with command plus space. You can also press command plus tab for, and with tab you can just toggle through your applications. If I let go of the command key, it will open that application. So if I let go of the command key, it is going to switch to that application, the one which is selected over here. To take a screenshot, for example, of a particular area, you can also use command shift and 4. So let's say I want a screenshot of this area, it is going to actually save the screenshot of this area. Then you want to go to settings and adjust your focus mode. Focus mode can also be accessed through your action center. You can just click on action center, and here you can see I have focus, and you will see two options over here. So reduce interruptions, that will be through Apple Intelligence, and the other one will be your normal do not disturb. But we'll just go ahead, go to settings in focus, and here you can see we have do not disturb, and you can set up your do not disturb focus settings. So here you can turn on intelligent breakthrough and silencing, so it will pick and choose which notifications should actually come through. You can put in allowed people for your texting, allowed apps, and you can in fact also set a schedule. So let's say so here we have 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it will be turned off every day, and after 5 p.m. it will automatically turn on. You can also add a schedule for time, location, and app, so that is very handy as well. If I go to reduce interruptions, you can also again customize some settings through Apple Intelligence over here. Using your Mac and then suddenly realizing that your Mac is almost out of battery because it didn't charge, or it is just draining your battery. So that is also one thing we can look at. We can go to system settings. In system settings, you want to go to battery, and in battery you want to make sure that battery health is actually normal. Secondly, if you can use a low power mode, you can set it to always or only on battery, so that is also helpful. Yes, your computer might slow down, so you have to pick and choose your time on which application. So let's just say I want to run Olama. A low power mode isn't actually going to help me out there. It's going to make things slower, so I won't turn it on for now. So these are a few productivity settings that you can set on your Mac to be more productive yourself. If you have liked the video, do drop a like, share, and subscribe.